absolutely love how smooth and relaxed this car drives and makes you feel while you're driving it. It's really hard to explain. I've had a bunch of XJ Jaguars and S-Classes and all sorts of stuff, and there's just something very special and different about the ride in this car. The way it feels, the weight of it, the presence, it just feels very special and regal. It's very hard to capture, I think, in pictures and videos of what these cars actually feel and drive like in person, because you look at what these things cost new and you're like, how the hell did anybody justify spending $250,000 or $300,000 on one of these cars? And I could tell you, I didn't understand either until I drove a few of them and then I owned one, because they're absolutely fantastic. Everything, the weight of everything, the feel of everything is very, very hard to describe. The quality of everything. I think Clarkson did a video on one of these when it came out, and they said the build time was 300 to 400 hours, which is basically 10 times the hours of a 911 Turbo from that time period, which I believe it. I believe it. The only plastic in this car is BMW stuff. The head unit, or the climate is BMW. The radiator is BMW. The cup holders are BMW. There's a handful of BMW parts in here, but that's about it. I'm gonna give you a quick walk around, so you can see all the operation of everything. It's hard to see, but there's a few hairline cracks in the wood here. And there's a few hairline cracks in the wood here. There's not really much else. The tables are in good shape too. Everything else is in good shape. Let me do this so we can get a good glimpse of everything working here. All the windows open and work. And yeah, they go all the way down. These are known to have faults with the rear windows, actually, and not the front windows, because people rarely use the rear windows in these Arnages. But these all work. They all work really good. I haven't had any problems with that. The visors are all nice. The wood is nice on the visors. Everything's clean and clear. Let's see, how do I turn this one on? This map light works here. This map light works here. This is crazy. It took me a while to figure out, like, how do I even turn on the map lights or the visor lights in the car? And this one controls the passenger side, and this one controls the driver's side. Why they did this, I have no idea, but they're separate visor or separate vanity mirror lights for the driver and the passenger, and they're not automated. So don't ask me why. That's how they did it, but it's Bentley, and it's kind of cool, actually. And the wood inlays on them are cool. All the other wood inlays are in pretty good shape. The top roll and headliner is in really good shape. No water leaks, no water damage. The sunroof works. Let me see where the sunroof button is at again. Sunroof button works great. You can do it fully open. The tilt feature works too. It's actually really nice to have this open when it's on a nice day. It lets a lot of light into the cabin, and it feels like you're on a yacht, just kind of cruising along on the water. I'm sure that that's what they were trying to emulate in the first place, and I think they succeeded. It's an awesome car. Kind of get a general idea of the interior condition. It's super bright out here. Added this cup holder in the center console, so you actually have a functional cup holder. The original cup holder didn't work, and if you open the original cup holder and extend it out, it basically sits over all of your controls, which is just, I think, the dumbest design in the world. So I added this cup holder here, and then removed the CD player, and you can see how much storage you actually have in here. You know, your wife or girlfriend can put their entire purse in here, or bag or whatnot. There's a ton of space in this cup holder, or this armrest, once the CD changer is gone. Otherwise, you don't really get that much space, and who really wants a CD changer anymore? Anyways, it's useless, especially now that you have the CarPlay head unit. I can't video the CarPlay head unit working because I'd have to have it plugged in to make it work. I have a USB charger here that just runs right up the side here through the center console. So you can actually charge your phone, hide the phone in the glove box. It's really nice. It actually makes you want to use the car more often because it has CarPlay and a USB charger and a cup holder. I know that doesn't sound like much, but 2022, those are the basics. Let's see, the door cards here are in really clean shape. I haven't really wiped the car down even for this video. It's been probably a month since I've cleaned it, but I drive it very regularly. Let's see, there's a couple little hairline cracks in the wood, but nothing's missing per se or busted. Just typical veneer cracks you see on these cars. Map pockets are all clean and good. Extra set of floor mats back here. All the normal stuff. It's in good shape. Get the center armrest in good shape too. Get an extra blanket in there. The vanity mirrors in the back. I think this is a cool little item here. People always love this. Ladies love it when they get in the back of the car. They're like, cool, I can see myself. I've liked riding in the back of it a couple times just to see myself. I thought it was cool. Let's see, door filler flap. That works. The electronic trunk release does not work, so you have to use a key. Oops. It's one of the few things that doesn't work on the car. Got the little Bentley magnet, which is very cool. I replaced the trunk struts, so that actually all stays up. As you can see, I'm not touching it or holding it with my free hand, which is great. I added a set of umbrellas, second set of floor mats. Got a brand new WeatherTech sun shield if you want to park it out in the sun to keep the dash nice. It's been parked inside from the previous owner that I purchased it from, and I've parked it inside the entire time I've had it, so I haven't had any issues there. Got an original plate holder from Beverly Hills for it. Just kind of set it off. It's kind of cool. Give it a quick walk around. There's a few marks on the wheels. This one is the worst one. It's tricky because it's an open face wheel, as you can see, and it's pretty easy to curb the sucker if you park it too close. But on the driver's side, there's no marks. These wheels are actually pretty available. You can get a set for less than $1,000, and they're not expensive to refinish. I have new center caps all the way around too, new B's, so they're nice and clean. There's no pitting on the chrome of any kind anywhere on the car, and it's in good shape overall. Let's see here. I didn't detail it for this video, so there's a few little water spots on it and whatnot. a few spots here. This is like a little paint touch up here. There's a ding right here, and a ding kind of like right here. Because you can't really see that unless I showed it to you, because look at the size of this freaking hood. I mean, yeah, they're there, but I mean, with the size of this car, it's almost impossible to really capture anything unless you get really, really up close and really, really close to the car. Other than that, I mean, you know, it could probably use paint correction. I had it ceramic coated, and it beads up really, really nice. You can see it's in overall good shape. It's in really nice shape. If it was an air-cooled Porsche, you know, it would be in mint condition, but it's a Bentley, so this is, I guess this is an average condition for a Bentley of this age. It's kind of a ridiculous double standard, but it is what it is. Let's see, go back and show you. So here's the doors, the VIN stickers are all there. It's in great shape. Pop the hood. This is kind of a two-handed job here. I've got the engine covers off here too, so you can see how clean this thing is. It's really, really clean, and it's really, really nice. All the fluids are good. Everything works. I have not had a single check engine light in the 4 months that I've had it. No running issues, past emissions, no problem. Zero oil consumption. I did my first oil change. It's been great. It's been awesome. Again, it's really hard to like demonstrate the level of luxury in this thing and how beautiful it is. I mean, the craftsmanship is just next level. There's so many little details. It's just a fun car to play with and show people. And I think what's cool about it too is you can work on it yourself. I mean, between the Josh's World videos and all that's out there on the internet these days, you don't have to rely on a dealer or even a specialist for that matter to fix the car. I think, which is pretty cool. It's always fun doing these one-handed videos. Okay. Oh man, this is a trio coming up here. Got the whole fleet. But yeah, it's just a really wonderful driving experience. It just kind of it feels like it's floating along, but not in an uncontrolled way. It doesn't feel like a Cadillac. It doesn't feel like a Continental GT, like a newer one with the air suspension. It doesn't feel like a Mercedes. It feels different. It's very hard to explain, but there's a weight to everything. You feel it. The steering is heavy. I mean, it's a heavy steering wheel. I was kind of surprised by that. The folks that I've had who've driven it, including my fiance, are surprised by the weight, but they find it pleasant and confidence inspiring. It's definitely something you can drive with one hand. I don't have like massive biceps, as you can see. They look like little twigs, to be honest, but You can drive it and you know, operate it with one hand easily. It's not like the hardest car in the world to drive. It's actually fairly easy to drive once you get used to the proportions of it. It's a surprisingly long car. It's not that wide. It's taller than a normal car, but it's really long. And this is a normal wheelbase one. This isn't like a long wheelbase car. So I think for the average person with an average size garage, just something to think about. You need a full size garage to be able to put this in. And it's not because of the width or the height, it's the length. It's a long car. But I've been very pleased with it. It's been fun to, you know, do basic maintenance and work on it. I'm glad that I bought it with a huge service history. It's had so much work done to it, so many expensive things replaced on it, and a very thorough history at that as well, which I think it gave me a lot of confidence in buying it in the first place. And I mean, really, that's it. It's been a wonderful ownership experience. It's been fun learning about the car. I've never had one before. Always wanted one, and yeah, for all those reasons, I'm excited for the new owner so they can take their own trip down Bentley Lane and give it a shot and have some wonderful experiences just like I have and the previous owners have as well. These are wonderful cars, and I'm sad to see it go, but feel free to ask questions, and good luck on the auction. Thanks.